HasuObs is starting on the start position at 3 o'clock on Terminus, and we got his opponent. We got a cast from Team Empire on the left side of the map. It's the first match between those two players. It's a best of 3, obviously, and I hope that we're going to see 3 beautiful games between the two of them. And right now, HasuObs, the German player, is just starting with his first probes, obviously. See you tomorrow in a final of Intel Challenge. Yeah, well, as you can see, the matches were played some days ago. So Hasu is quite good against the Terran. His main problem is facing players like Cloud, for example. And today we can actually use all those neat tricks. No, we can't. That's a shame. So this is still one of the older patches. This doesn't enable us to use the hidden to hide the overlays, which is a little bit, well, which is quite nice. I mean, we were probably able to use them in the final, as they were played in the latest version of the game. But anyways, the Protoss player right now, and we should switch back to the other side of view. And here we go. So the next over Hasu just producing some probes. HasuObs is already scouting with his probe after he placed his gateway with 12 supply. The harvester is on its way to the other side of the map, and Cass himself throwing down the barracks and going for a refinery as well. We've seen him yesterday playing without gas quite often, so he used barracks and a fast expansion against his opponent in a Terra Mirror match. Against a Protoss player, he's going for a refinery, adding a barracks, and we have HasuObs with the Nexus and the simulator. And it's a little bit curious, as HasuObs started in spawned as the yellow player, but some of his buildings are red on the minimap, which is quite interesting. Well, I have no idea what's up there. Probably Blizzard should fix that. It looks a little bit stupid, but the rest of his units are yellow, so it shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay, so at the moment we have the Protoss player just trying to scout the start position of Cass, and Cass himself with the command center upgrading it to the orbital command, and of course mining gas as well as minerals, adding a tech lab to his barracks. And we have HasuObs with his probe entering the main base of his opponent, but the Marine is immediately attacking the Harvester, and HasuObs still able to sneak in to get some scouting information. He sees the gas, he knows about the barracks, and he knows about the add-on, but the Harvester, the probe, will die, so first blood for Cass, probably, and he's going for a Marauder next, and the Marine takes out the probe. Oh, yep, here we go, so first blood for Cass, and let's have a look at the main base of HasuObs. Has been scouted by Cass, obviously, and we have a second pylon for the Protoss player, as well as the Cybernetics core. He's just researching his warp gate technology, and we have in the base of his opponent 2 more barracks being thrown down. So Cass is actually going for 3 barracks a play, which is kind of unusual. I would have expected an expansion of the Terran player if he goes for 3 barracks, but he might even want to push the Protoss. Well, we're going to see about that, but an early stim pack suggests that Cass is ready for some aggression. HasuObs on the other side is mining out of 2 simulators. He took his second gas already and is adding 2 more gateways. 2 more gateways for the Protoss player. He has 1 Stalker so far and 1 Zealot. Right now we got a 30 to 29 supply, and we have 6 army supply against 9 army supply, so a small advantage for Cass, whereas the worker supply is nearly even. Well, HasuObs is a little bit ahead, which is also, and we got some lag, which is also due to the fact that, of course, Cass lost some production time in the orbital command when he was upgrading to the orbital itself. Another supply depot being thrown down, both players taking it easy right now. The stim pack is halfway through, and Cass is just adding more and more units. He's adding Marines, has 3 Marauders already, 4 Marauders, another one will probably be produced soon. Here we go, another Marauder being added in the barracks with a tech lab, and in the main base of HasuObs, the Protoss player is just adding some additional Stalkers. And those guys will be in a lot of trouble if Cass actually researches concussive shells as well. And the upgrade is done really, really fast, so I suppose that's exactly what he's going to do. But right now, the first thing he does is throwing down another command center, and HasuObs with a little bit of aggressive move, but just walking in there with 3 Stalkers and a sentry. Could use a Guardian Shield as well, has enough energy on his sentry, and in the meantime, Cass is moving out, and he has a lot more army supply than his opponent. He is 18 to 14. and in combination with a stim pack that's nearly finished, this is a really good army, a really strong army by Cass. Early on, we have the 7th minute mark. Both players are going for an expansion. HasuObs with a Nexus, and the concussive shell upgrade being researched for the Terran player, who's just adding more add-ons to his barracks. 2 reactors thrown down for Cass, so he will be able to make use of all his minerals. He's still on single gas, adding another supply depot and retreating right now, so he doesn't want to go through with this attack, whereas HasuObs just retreated as well. He wants to play it safe and has some Zealots swapped in as well, just to block the Marauders, and the Stalkers obviously also as ranged units able to focus fire those Marauders if need be. In the meantime, the expansion forecast has been finished, and we will see the orbital command upgrade within a second. He just needs the minerals. Here we go, and soon enough another mule will enter the match. When whereas on the unit kill count, we have HasuObs with a slight advantage, not too much though. And let's have another look at the army supplies. Sorry for the glitch. 28 to 33, 34 supply right now. And here comes the Terran player, just moving out, researching combat shield as we speak. And in the meantime, HasuObs, what's the Protoss player doing? He's adding a Twilight Council. He has quite a lot of Stalkers, 6 Stalkers so far, 4 Zealots, and opposing we have 18 Marines and 8 Marauders. And here comes the force of Cass, and HasuObs has to be careful. 67 to 70 supply, 39 army supply for the Terran player, and this could be a brutal blow to the army of HasuObs. And here comes the Terran player using his stim immediately. The force fields run through the Terran army. HasuObs doing a really good job, and Cass losing tons of units. Cass is losing all his Marines and Marauders, and it was very well done by HasuObs. I certainly wouldn't have expected to win this fight so clearly. I mean, this was so amazing by HasuObs. I wouldn't have thought that he would win this fight that clearly. I mean, he was behind an army supply, and he had his opponent had stim, he had concussive shells and everything. He was lacking the combat shield though. HasuObs going for blink, and I'm really surprised that Has was able to pull that off. Really well done by him. Nice force fields by the Protoss player, and now he's taking the initiative in the game, opting for an aggressive peek at the base of his opponent, just taking possession of this Xel'Naga watchtower, and therefore is a nice view of what's happening at the main base of his opponent. We have 40 supply against 38 worker-wise, and the army supply is still, well, is a little bit towards, there's a small advantage for HasuObs right now. The German player is in quite a good position, and has blink nearly researched. A forge is on his way, 2 more gateways as well. And in the meantime, Cass is adding a starport, is adding an engineering bay as well, and some more bio units. And now HasuObs with the option just to blink up on the cliff and maybe get rid of those reactors. He's researching the armor upgrade for his army, and we have 1 scouting factory for his opponent. We have 1 scouting factory for Cass, and here comes HasuObs probably blinking in right now. No, he's able to target the reactor from below, which is exactly what he's doing right now. And as soon as Cass is trying to defend his base, HasuObs is just using the blink ability to get away and putting some more pressure on the Terran player. We are on 83 supply against 86, and HasuObs trying to get a 3rd base, trying to get another Nexus up and running. In the meantime, we have an army supply of 41 to 40 and 48 workers against 45. So HasuObs with a slight advantage, but income-wise, the Terran player is still ahead due to his mules. And here comes the Marines of his opponent, stimming, killing 2 Stalkers. Another one dying as well, dying to the concussive shells. And the Cass has to be careful. He can't use stim with all his units, but he only uses stim with 1 Marauder in order to get in range to hit one of the Stalkers with the concussive shells. Really smart move by the Ukrainian player, but it doesn't make any difference as HasuObs is able to blink away with the Stalkers. And now a small drops incoming for Cass. He wants to attack the main base of his opponent with those Marines and just try to drop him as well at the same time. A Dark Shrine coming up for HasuObs, and here comes the drop. 2 Medivacs are dropping Marauders and more Marauders, whereas the Marines are heading for the expansion. And here comes the Remorder force. just attacking those farlands. The Marines on the other side are attacking the expansion, but here come the Zealots of HasuObs. Charge not researched yet. The Marauders dealing a lot of damage to all those Zealots and Stalkers. Force fields being used by HasuObs, and Cas losing some of his Marauders, but dealing a lot of damage to the main base of his opponent. 89 supply versus 96. And those Marines are just retreating. One Zealot still trying to charge and kill some of the Marines, but the Marauders did a good job, and now the Terran player pulled ahead. He's on 106 supply versus 91. HasuObs is still trying to get his Dark Shrine into the game to be able to warp some Dark Templars into the match, and we have an army supply of 49 against 43, so still a small advantage for HasuObs. 55 worker supply against a 52, and in the meantime, also the Terran player just tried to get in third base. He already upgraded his orbital command, his command center to an orbital command, and those two dropships won't do Cas any good, as all the Marauders got killed by the force of HasuObs. And let's just peek at the. Okay, HasuObs is apparently Cas is having some trouble with his computer. It seems to lag a little bit. Well, on the units lost station, we have 30 units lost for HasuObs and 53 for his opponent. And in resources, HasuObs also did a better job than his enemy. And right now we have an army supply of 64, so Cas was able to pull ahead. And here comes the Terran player once again. He doesn't have any upgrades so far. Hasu warping in some DTs, Hasu warping in some Dark Templars, and where exactly are they? One of them is here, and we don't have any. We don't have a Raven out for his opponent, so he has to scan. He has to use scan, getting the +1 attack upgrade as well, and also some additional Medivacs, Marauders, and Marines. And here comes the Dark Templar in the main base of opponent. There's nothing going on yet, but there's already an engineering bay, obviously, so he can use missile turrets as well. Here comes the Dark Templar in the meantime. Cas attacking, using stim, and now chasing HasuObs. And here come the force fields. Very well done by HasuObs. He's a 140 supply against 130, and all those Zealots are just charging and annihilating the army of his opponent. The Medivac dies immediately, and all those Stalkers is using the blink ability to his finest. HasuObs with an amazing job against Cas, and the Terran player doesn't have any chance against the superior force of the Protoss player. Very well done by HasuObs, and Cas didn't stand a chance against that army. He was able to repel that Dark Templar. No, he wasn't. 16 kills. I mean, what the hell? Right now, 64 workers for HasuObs, 49 for his opponent, 82 army supply against 49, and we have the army of HasuObs advancing towards the main base of the Terran player, so Cas will be in a lot of trouble. Here comes the Guardian Shield, and here comes the charge by the Zealots once again. The Marauders and the Marines are split by the force fields, and here come the Stalkers. They could blink in right now, but they're killing all those Medivacs and are being sandwiched. The army of Cas being sandwiched by the force fields. Oh my god, HasuObs just annihilating Cars in this game. I certainly didn't expect that. GG, and that's the first match between those two players. HasuObs taking the lead 1-0 versus that Terran player. Very well done, good job by HasuObs.